everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is almost Halloween, my favorite time of the year. Well, no, I'd say Christmas is my favorite, but Halloween is a good second. And to get into the spirit and to try to challenge myself, I'm going to be reading horror books. I'm not a fan of horror at all. I don't like horror movies. I'm not a fan of horror games. I don't mind watching them sometimes, but I can't play them because I'm too much of a wuss. But I've never tried horror books, so I want to give it a go. And hopefully I like it, because if I do, then I have another genre to add to books that I like. So I have two horror books with me right now. They're both very short. This one's YA, this one is not. So these are the two that I'm going to be reading in today's vlog. I'm trying to decide which one to start with. I feel like I should probably start with this one because it's a YA, so surely it's not that bad. This has 97 pages in it. That's a quick read. I can read this one within a day, and I'm hoping to actually. I'm hoping to read potentially maybe both of these within a day or two. 246 pages is this one. It's gonna take a little longer, so I'm thinking I might start with this one just so I can like tip my toes into it. Tip my toes? Dip my toes into it. Into the genre. So I think I'm gonna start with this one. I'm scared. I finished The Salt Goes Heavy. I'm gonna give this book a 3 stars. I feel very nonchalant about it. I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. So that's why it's very in the middle for me. I think the writing in this is amazing. The character writing is so good. I loved the characters so much. The kind of plot about it I wasn't a huge fan of. So it's about a mermaid and a plague doctor, and they're traveling together because they had to leave behind their village because of the mermaid's children. And so they're traveling together and they end up finding these 3 surgeons with a bunch of children, and they're doing some weird crap that the plague doctor does not like and wants to put a stop to. I just felt like the plot got like really confusing for me. I'm not that studious, so for me it just felt very confusing. I don't know. I felt kind of stupid while reading it sometimes. But I did love the characters in this. I thought they were written so well and so beautifully, and there's even like a love story between the two, which it was so good. So the mermaid kept calling them their plague doctor. She was like, my plague doctor went and did this. I don't know why, I just thought it was cute that she kept talking about them in a possessive way. The plot of the surgeons was really intense, and I just felt like I was just getting confused. So there was nothing wrong with the plot. I thought it was good, but just confusing. And that's just a me thing. I feel like I just need to read more books that are written kind of like this to start to understand them more, rather than the more easy reads that I'm kind of used to. So, but I did like it. I don't think it was too scary. Like, there was gore in it. It's definitely like more of a gore rather than a psychological kind of horror. But the gore didn't really bother me. It wasn't bad at all. I don't know if there's worse gore out there, but if there's not, I could totally read a gore horror because it wasn't that bad. I don't really get squeamish too much anyways. More of the horror that scares me is psychological / jump scares. I really hate jump scares, but I'm not a big psychological horror kind of bitch either. But gore, I'm not that bad with. I don't know why. It just doesn't bother me that much. And so this book was good. I give it a 3 stars. I would definitely recommend it if you like horror and you are more smart than me, which most of you probably are. So next, we're going to be reading The Taking of Jake Livingston. I've already started it. It's not scary quite yet. It's more of a ghost story and like a haunting story rather than gore, you know? So I'm glad I chose these two because they're two different types of horrors. So it's interesting to see which one I'll like more or which one might actually scare me. Don't know how scary this one will be because it is YA, but it still sounds freaky, and I think it's more scary because it's very realistic, because it's about a boy who goes to this prep school and he's the only black kid within his grade, so he feels very ostracized. He feels like people don't like him and they're very racist towards him, and he's just having a bad time. And then he gets an even worse time because this school shooter who ended up dying comes and haunts him. He's having a hard time balancing the two of being the different kid and he can see ghosts, so he like has to go in between these two worlds. I hope Jake's okay. Like I really want him to be okay. His story is so sad so far, and I just want to be there to hug him and tell him everything's gonna be alright. But I'm excited to read more about this. So I did it. I finished The Taking of Jake Livingston. I did listen to it on audiobook because I was like not even 100 pages in it and like so sleepy. I was like not in it. I was not in the book. I was not understanding what's going on. I was not grabbed into the book. So I was like, I need to listen to this on audio. Plus I thought I might make it scarier. This book's not scary. This book's not scary at all. Maybe I'm like really good at horror books. I don't know. Or maybe I just picked the least scary books to do in this video. But this was not scary at all. I mean, it is a YA, so maybe that makes sense. But it was good. It was interesting. Definitely look up trigger warnings. Please look up trigger warnings. There is so much in this book that was so intense and so real and raw that I recommend to look up trigger warnings. But if I'm being honest with you, I don't think I can explain the plot to this. Besides what comes on the back, like Jake has to live in these two worlds that are like confusing to him, and he's not sure what to do about either of them, and then Sawyer comes in and starts really fucking it up, Jake's life. I don't know what else to tell you about it because especially in the middle, like my brain started fogging out and nothing went in. I don't know why. I don't even know what I'm going to give this. I feel like maybe a 2.5. I don't think I liked it more than The Salt Grows Heavy. But again, it's not like a bad book. I feel very borderline to it. Like I don't feel like it's bad, but I don't feel like it's good. Well, I feel like it's good, but I don't feel like it's amazing, best book ever, 5 stars, you know? I feel very about it. There's also a romance in this, and the romance, my favorite character was his love interest. Like, he was so funny. The audiobook was good though. It had 2 narrators, one for Sawyer, one for Jake, and it was interesting. Sawyer's voice, spot fucking on. I don't know what it was about that, but I was like, I can imagine this man right here. I didn't want to imagine Sawyer right here, but I could, you know? But wasn't too scary, wasn't very horror. Like, I wasn't afraid while reading it. So I think I need to test out some more horror and see if I am okay with it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of me. And I hope to see more of you. Bye bye.